Family Ties by Joe Ducey. Read by a bag of Vicodin. The steam from the shining locomotive billowed like cloud across the platform, which was scattered with hundreds of students, new and old, off to Hogwarts for another year. Harry Potter, more than used to the stares, the smiles, the curious assessing looks, helped his youngest up onto the train and said his farewells. "Be good, Lily," he said, "and write your mother." Ginny appeared with the other two, and Harry gave them hugs goodbye while their mother loaded them onto the train. He stepped back from the entrance to the carriage and into the path of a wheeled trolley burdened with a trunk, cauldron, and books wrapped in brown paper and twine. An owl, snowy white, familiar amber eyes, rested in a birdcage atop the ordered chaos. "Oh, I'm sorry," squeaked the young girl behind the trolley. "Not your fault," Harry said with an easy smile. "First year?" The girl nodded, unable to suppress an excited grin of her own. She beamed from ear to ear, all 4 feet and change, under a crop of frizzy, blonde hair. Harry had seen his own kids. Lily, only a year older, looked this young, but couldn't imagine himself ever being so small. In the years since the war, the wizarding population in Britain had blossomed. Hogwarts, home to only hundreds of students during Harry's years there, now housed thousands. The castle grew as needed. "Petunia," a low voice said, through a cloud of loose steam. "Mind that trolley, now. A tall man emerged through the cloud, a gentle hand coming to rest on the young girl's, Petunia's, shoulder. Harry and the man met each other's eyes, and 20 years fell away in moments. He had shed most of his weight, or grown into it, Harry thought, through vestiges of heavy jowls. A gut plumped by one too many beers was noticeable under his simple, pinstripe suit. His blonde hair had receded, a crown he kept cut short, and there was something different in his eyes, something kind, gentle. "Hello, Dudley," Harry said. "Harry?" Dudley said, carefully, giving him a polite nod. I never thought we'd actually bump into you." "Who's he, Dad?" little Petunia asked. Dudley swallowed. He gazed at Harry, perhaps trying to read the calm look on his face, as crowds of people parted around them. Laughter and excitement faded to uncertainty. "An old Dudley shook his head. "This is my cousin, Petunia. Harry Potter." Petunia marched around the back of her trolley and stuck her hand out. "Nice to meet you, Harry Her sparkling blue eyes widened. "I read about you. You're in The Fall of the Dark Lord by Hermione Granger." A smile touched Harry's face, but not his eyes. He took Petunia's hand and shook once, politely. "Been a long time," he said to Dudley. "Never thought I'd see you on this platform, though stranger things have happened and all that." Dudley nodded once. A long silence stretched toward uncomfortable. "How are your parents?" Dudley cleared his throat and glanced sideways at Petunia. We haven't really spoken so much in the last few years. They knew Petunia was..." He grit his teeth and forced a smile. "You can imagine." "All too well," Harry said, and that was enough. He had learned long ago not to let the past hurt. "I want to get on the train, Dad," Petunia said, bouncing on the spot, foot to foot, eager and excited. Dudley nodded. "Go see your mother. She's talking to the conductor down there, and get your belongings loaded onto the train. I'll be along shortly." "Where do the first years go?" she asked. "Do you know, Mr. Potter?" Dudley looked uncertain. Harry knelt down on his haunches till he was eye level with the little girl. "Anywhere they like," he said. "It's a big train, plenty of room, and lots of snacks to be had on the trip up. But if you do feel lost, look for a girl named Lily. She'll help you find the right compartment." "Really?" Petunia asked. Harry nodded most seriously. "Lily is your second cousin. Family look out for each other." Petunia mulled that over, and then took her trolley off down the platform with a massive grin. Harry stood and met Dudley's unsure, guilty look. "Family look out for each other," Dudley said, his words hollow, almost gaunt. Harry crossed his arms over his chest. I don't blame you for what happened when we were kids, Dudley. We were just that, you know. Kids. What my parents did to you. Harry raised his hand. Forgiven, not forgotten. But I hope to never see them again. That's all I have to say. It's different, Dudley began and gave a nervous chuckle. When it's your kid, it's different. I'm so proud of her, Harry. For being special. For being, well, her. Harry could understand that. He had 3 of his own, with plans for a 4th. The wizarding world needed more children, more life and light. Is it safe for her? Dudley asked. Hogwarts? Yes, Harry said. I've spent my life making sure of that. Thank you for pointing Petunia in Lily's direction. I worry she'll be a bit behind the others. Harry chuckled softly and clapped his cousin on the arm. DL, that was your idea? Mary thought I was mad, Dudley said. That's my wife. She's normal. I mean, non-magical. Sorry. When I told her I knew some of this world, he waved around at the train, the platform, the blue in the sky. She almost went to stay at her mother's. It's a hard thing, keeping this secret. Harry thought about that, memories of his time at Privet Drive flashing through his mind. Memories of long ago, and so much worse. The dark years, the struggle after the war. I'll get Lily to speak to your daughter, he said. We can exchange a few owls, if you'd like. Any questions you might have? Dudley stared at Harry for a long moment. You'd do that? After, well, everything? He looked flabbergasted. I don't know if I'd be so kind if the roles were reversed. I've seen what can happen to someone who dwells on unkindness and anger. I've seen it tear the world apart. Harry offered his hand, and Dudley grasped it firmly. Never again. Thank you for listening.